Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fine and good at home. And I hope you are doing your work nicely every day, whatever we are giving to you as a homework that you are completing without any problem and hurdle. And I am hoping that all the work which you have not completed previously also that you will complete, because now you are having examination, and now the chapters which we have all the chapters already we have completed in maths. I think this is the last second chapter which we are completing. After this only one chapter is left with us to complete. So it means the whole book is being completed, or the whole book is being complete. So it means you have to learn, you have to go through, you have to practice all the exercises, all the things which we have discussed, which we have done, so that you can do the questions accordingly. You all don't used to do some of the questions, some you do, some of the you don't do. Please don't do that. Do all the questions, practice as much as you can, all the test papers you practice, because the questions will arise from those. And all the test papers are coming from 1 to 6. So you try to practice all the questions, all the things, so that you cannot face any problem in the examination. Okay. Now we are going to move ahead, and we are going to see what the topic for today, what we are going to begin today, what we are going to discuss today. Let's do it. So, my dear students, today's topic is we are going to learn about the parallel lines, we are going to learn about the perpendicular line, and we are going to learn in depth about circle. Let's see. Circle is also one of the shape which we used to learn in geometrical shape. Okay, you have learned about circle, you used to draw the circle, you are aware of so many of the shapes, okay, which are in circle, but you have not learned that what are the parts of circle that we are going to discuss today. First, we are going to discuss parallel lines. Already the parallel lines, about parallel lines I have discussed in the last video. Some of the things I have explained you about the parallel lines. Now here we are going to discuss that. Two lines that are at the same distance and do not meet are called parallel lines. Two lines, suppose one line is this and one line is this. If two lines are parallel, suppose these both lines are having the equal distance. These two lines are at the same distance, suppose, but they are not meeting each other. They are not meeting each other. So that line is called as a parallel line. You can see AB is parallel to CD. Both are having the exact same length, but they are not meeting at any point. So these are considered as a parallel line. The line AB is parallel to line CD, we can say. And what is the symbolic representation of this parallel line? We used to give upside one dash, and we used to put arrow on both the sides. Okay, we used to give one dash and then arrow on both the left and the right side, and that we used to put above the name of the lines which we have given. Okay, in this line you can see also two lines that are at the same distance. Like you can see we are measuring the line here. Okay, line AB is, we are measuring from 2. Okay, so both are having from 2 centimeter, we are measuring 2 till the 13.5, I think it is. Okay, and both is the same length, both is having the same length. It's not like that the upside one is having the length uh, like 11.5, suppose. It is not like that downside one is 12.5, it is also 11.5. Okay, then only this can be considered as a parallel line. If upside one is 11.5 and downside one is 1 centimeter is also more than the first one, then it cannot be considered as a parallel line. Okay, the line should be parallel, and that line should not meet each other, and which should have equal length, then it is called as a parallel line, should have equal distance. So in this, what it is written, two lines which do not intersect each other at any point, it extend to infinite, are called parallel lines. It can be extended. This word again, it can be extended. It can be stretched to infinite. Infinite means there is no particular, we cannot have a specific fixed length. Okay, it can be extended. If it is given this length and again you want to extend that length, you can do. Okay, so those lines, okay, which are not intersecting each other, they are not meeting each other, okay, and will have same length, okay, and can get extended further, that kind of lines are called as a parallel line. Thus, two lines are parallel if they lie on the same place, they lies on the same place, they do not have any common point in between, they don't have any common point because they are not meeting, they are not intersecting each other, so how they will have a common point? The distance between these two lines always remains same everywhere, it should be same. You can extend it, there is no issues in extending that, but when you are extending the first line, then the second line should also be extended. Suppose if this is a line, okay, and this is the line, these two lines are there, if you are extending the first line, then you have to extend the second one also, okay, you have to extend the second one also, okay, then only it can be parallel line. If first one you are extending and second you are not extending, then the length of both the lines are changed, okay, and in that case it cannot be considered as a parallel line. If parallel line we are saying, then it means both should have same equal length, okay. For example, you can see the track of a railway line. Railway line you have seen, na? Where the train used to run. There, opposite edges of a ruler. The opposite sides of a rectangle, telephone wires form one pole to another. Okay, the ruler which you used to see. The opposite sides of the ruler means if this is a ruler, my dear. Suppose this one is the ruler. So this side and this side, both sides are equal in distance, both are equal, we can say AB is parallel to this CD, okay, and because they are having equal length, equal distance, so they are parallel lines. In the same way, rectangle also we can see opposite sides of a blackboard shows parallel line. The symbol of a parallel line is this, okay, this is the symbol. These two lines when we used to draw between two name of the lines which we have given, that is a parallel line. In the given figure, I is parallel to M. I is parallel to M. M. Two rays are parallel if the corresponding lines determined by them are parallel. Two segments are parallel if the corresponding lines determined by the same parallel. Means that two lines can be considered as a parallel lines, or two segments are considered as a parallel if they are not meeting at a point, they are lying in an equal distance and they can be extended further, okay. You can see, must have seen the railway track, there also two sides are there, and then on between the train used to run, so they are also having the equal. If they are not equal, the train will not going to run smoothly, okay, it will get distracted from the place where it is running, so that is why it is having the equal length, okay. See, when two intersecting lines make a right angle at a point of intersection, then they are called as perpendicular line. What does this mean? What does it mean? See, two lines, suppose a line we are forming, suppose here I am showing you, this is a line C, this is a line B, and this is the line A, and this was the B, and this was D. This is a line which I have drawn. All are intersecting. Intersecting means they are meeting at a point. Okay, if a line is meeting at a point, means all those lines are intersecting each other. Okay, so they are intersecting. C is also intersecting, B is also intersecting line, A is also intersecting line, and D is also intersecting line, because all are meeting at a point, at a particular point. The name of this point is O. They all are meeting at a point O. Okay, so when a line is intersecting, okay, and then it is forming a right angle, if like C and B is a line, okay, is a angle, and the angle which is forming by C and D, A and C is 90 degree here. In the same way, the angle which C and B is forming is also 90 degree. In the same way, the angle which D and A is forming, that is also 90 degree, and the angle which is D and B is forming, that is also 90 degree. Okay, so where it is where that line is intersecting, there the 90 degree angle should be formed. Then we can call that line as a perpendicular line. Okay, you can see here what it is written. It is written angle APC A, P, P, okay, the point which I have named as O, that is P, okay, it is written. So P and C. So P we have kept in between, okay, because that is the angle point, okay, where the angle is forming. At P point the angle is forming. So line A, we can say line angle APC is 90 degree. We can say angle CPB is 90 degree. We can say angle APD is also 90 degree. We can say angle DPB is also 90 degree. So everywhere it is forming 90 degree angle. Okay. The symbolically we can write it as AB is perpendicular to CD. Okay, and that is parallel to. You can see the parallel lines are, it is means AB, this line AB, okay, AB is parallel to this CD. They are having equal length, and we can say this is perpendicular. It is written AB is perpendicular to CD, means A and B, this complete A and B is perpendicular to the line C and D. Okay, and upside this arrow which is given here, it shows that it is a parallel lines too. Okay, because this is symbol of that. So you can see what I have explained: APC, CPB, BPD and APD all are forming 90 degree angle. So it is called as a perpendicular line. You can see here two intersecting lines I and M. There the name is I and M, said to be perpendicular to each other if one of the angle formed by them is right angle. If one of the angle which is forming by them is right angle, means one angle should be right angle, that is 90 degree. Okay, and can be written, the perpendicular line can be written as, see, this is the symbol for perpendicular, this like this. Okay, it is read as I is perpendicular to M. It can be read, how we can read that? We can read that I is perpendicular to M if this is given in between of them. You can see here what it is written. Line that meet or cross at right angle are perpendicular to one another. That we have already done. The right angle is usually marked by a box as shown in the figure. Means this kind of box is being drawn, okay, to mark the 90 degree. Okay, that it is written. Two rays or two line segments are said to be perpendicular if the corresponding, okay, lines determine them as perpendicular. Okay, the lines which is corresponding to them that are determining them as perpendicular, then they are called as a perpendicular line. Similarly, a ray and a line segment are said to be a perpendicular line. A ray and a line segment is called as a perpendicular line if corresponding lines determine them as a perpendicular. If the corresponding lines determine them as a, means if they are forming 90 degree angle at any point, at any one point, okay, then that is called as a perpendicular line. Line that meets or cross at right angle are perpendicular to one another. Okay. You can see in this example a man standing on the ground. A man is standing on a ground. Adjacent side of a blackboard, electrical pole shows all that they all are perpendicular line. They all are perpendicular. If you are standing, why we used to stand straight during the national anthem? Because we used to stand perpendicular, means we used to stand at a 90 degree. Okay, we used to stand straight. Okay, and we used to hold our breath for that time, and then we used to do that anthem. Why? Okay, at that particular time we used to form 90 degree angle, and that means we are forming the perpendicular line. That person here, that example is given. In the same way, the pole you have seen, the street pole at on the road you must have seen. You have seen the board in your class. Okay, those all are perpendicular lines. Remember, a point has only two positions and no dimension. Okay, only two positions they have, no dimension it has. A line extended infinitely in both the direction. In A direction also it can go further. B direction also it can be extended. A segment is a part of line with two endpoints. A segment is a part of line which is having two fixed endpoints. A ray has one endpoint. A ray is having one endpoint, okay, or we can say one starting point from where it starts, but it don't have a definite length till where it will go. Two lines intersecting only at one point. Two lines used to intersect means meet at a particular point. Many lines can be passed through a single line. So many of the lines we can pass through a single line. Perpendicular lines intersect at a point making a 90-degree. Perpendicular line are those lines which intersect at some point and they used to make 90-degree angle. Parallel lines never meet. Parallel lines never meet. They used to, and they can be extend further, okay, and they don't intersect each other, okay, and they don't have fixed length. If they are having fixed length and having the same distance, it is called as parallel line. Now here we are with the new topic, that is circle. What is circle? See, a circle is a round shape. Okay, circle is a round shape. It is what written. The fixed point is called the center. The fixed point in between the circle, that is called center of the circle. And constant distance is known as the radius of the circle, and the constant distance is called radius of the circle. Circle is basically a round shape, okay, it is basically in a round shape. It does not have any means it does not have it does not form any angle, and it don't have any side, okay, it is curved, it is completely curved. So this is a circle which is drawn here. The middle one there where it is O written, that is the center of the circle. From the center to any from the center, when any line is passing to any point, then that line is forming the radius of the circle. Okay, let's discuss the okay. See, these are few of the examples which I have shown to you. In this example, you can see there are few of the things which I have kept here. In that you can see I am representing the round shapes. Okay, we can see the circle in many of the objects, like in the bangles which your mother used to wear, the coins which we used to use. Okay, the wheels of your cycles or a car or the motorbike or the scooters or the scooties which your father or mother is using. The sun reminds us of a circle. Sun is also round in shape, so that also reminds us about a circle. Now you can see center. What is center? The point P, you can see, at which we place the needle end, okay, of the compass and move the circle, we move the pencil around it. It is the center of the circle. Means if we have to form a circle, my dear, you have to use the compass. Okay, you have to put the pencil in that, and the needle of the pencil, suppose if this is the pencil needle, so you have to put this in the middle, in the center, and then with the help of the compass you can make the round circle. Okay, you can make a round. Okay, the center of a circle lies in its interior. The center of a circle always lies in its interior. Interior means inside of the circle. It cannot be formed outside of the circle. Okay. From the center, if any line is passing, okay, any line is passing, they all are having an equal distance. You must have seen the flag, national flag. In that there is one chakra. Okay, in that you can see the spokes of that chakra which you used to see. They used to pass from the center, and every line which is being passed from the center to any point on the circle, they all are having the equal length. Okay, that they all are having the equal length, and that is called as its radius. Okay. Circumference. The length of a boundary of a circle is its circumference. In other words, it's the perimeter of a circle. In other words, we can say the perimeter. Perimeter means total surface area, the same thing. The length of the boundary, the total boundary, you can see it is being indicated there. What is the length of the whole boundary? Okay, you have drawn, which the circle you have drawn. That determines the circumference of that circle. Whereas the radius, the line segment joining the center to any point on the circle, is called the radius. Why it is called as a line segment? Because already one fixed point is there. From the center it is arising, and it is going whatever the length of the circle is, till there only it is going. So it is fixed, it cannot be extended beyond the beyond. If it will be extended, then it will go to the exterior of the circle. So whatever line we are forming from the center to any point on the circle, inside the circle, that is called as its radius. Take any point like P or Q or anything on the circle and join it with the center P. Okay, like P I have taken and then I have joined that with Q I have taken and then I have joined that with P. R I have taken, I have joined it with P. S I have taken, I have joined it with P. So whatever lines we are joining here, that all are line segment, because PR is fixed, PQ is fixed, and PS is fixed, and they all are called as radius of the circle. In the same way, diameter. Let us produce the radius of PQ. One PQ radius we have to produce. Okay, to meet another point, that is O on the circle. Okay, that is O on the circle. We can get a line segment OQ with its end O and Q on the circle. Okay, two things you will get. One is OQ, and other from O and Q you will get two lines. It passed through the center P. It is passing from the center P. Such line is called diameter. Such lines are called diameter. Means you can see the length of a diameter of a circle is twice the length of a radius. Means it's double the length of the radius. Because in radius, what is happening? From the center, one line is passing. Okay, but here two lines are passing from the center. Two lines are passing. Okay, and two lines are passing means two radius are there. If two radius are there, they all are having both. Already we are knowing the radius is having the same length from the center. If any line is passing, they are having the same length. So if they are having the same length and two lines we are passing, okay, two lines we are passing from one side and another side, then means if we are doing the double of the radius, we are forming the diameter of a circle. Okay, you can see OP is also one of the radius and PQ is also one of the radius, and together they are forming a diameter of 7 centimeter. In the same way, we are going to talk about the chord. The line joining any 2 points on the circle is called the chord of the circle. The end point A and B of a line segment AB lies on the circle. So AB is the chord of the circle. You can see AB. This is the chord of the circle. CD. It is also in this also. What it is saying, the line segment joining any 2 point on the circle is the any 2 point. Okay, so you can see AB is also joining, the 2 points are joining, CD is also joining, 2 points are joining, EF is also joining, 2 points are joining. One more you can draw, PR is also joining, 2 lines are joining. So these all are called as the chord of the circle. Any 2 line segment if joining, okay, the 2 point on the circle. Okay, 2 points means A is also 1 point, B is also 1 point, and one line we have drawn in between, which is joining A with B and B with A. So that is the chord of the circle, and it can be formed anywhere on the circle. The arc of the circle. Any part of a circle is called the arc of the circle. Any part. We usually name an arc by 3 points. We usually, when you have to name an arc, when it is being given to name the arc of a circle, then usually we used to give the name as A, B, C is an arc of the circle given. Okay, you can see O is the center, A, B, C is the arc. This yellow line which you are seeing, this is forming arc. This can be formed from this side also, because it is not been specified that from here to here or from there to there. It can be formed in any part of the circle. Semicircle. The end point of a diameter of a circle divides the circle into 2 parts. Each part is called the semicircular region. Okay, the end point of the circle. The end point of a circle. Okay, so what it is written, the end point of a diameter. Diameter we have already discussed. The end point of the diameter of a circle divides the circle in 2 parts. Okay, from the center, if we are dividing this, okay, diameter means 2 radius we are forming, and that is diameter means because diameter is the double of the radius. So it is dividing the circle in 2 halves. That is called as its that part, one part is called as a semicircle, and the another part is also called as a semicircle, and they are forming the semicircular part. Concentric circle, this point is not given in your book. You don't have to learn about the concentric circle, but still you can know. Circle which have the same center but different radii are called as concentric circle. You can see this is the center is same, but they all are one circle, two circle, and everyone is having different length. One is small, one is little bit bigger than that, and one is much bigger than that. So a concentric circle can be formed from the center. From the center only you are forming, but you are forming with a different radius. The radii will be different. Okay, the radii will be different in that. The figure is that figure you can see from the center only we are passing, but different radii is there of each circle. Okay, this one is the quick review of the things which we have explained, which I have explained. The quick review means recap how the what is the center, what is the radius, what is chord, what is diameter, what is arc, what is semicircle, and circumference. Just the sum up of all the things which I have discussed till now. Okay, you can see together you are seeing there here all the things are there, and I think it is clear to you all. See, one example is there. Let's draw a circle of a radius 4 centimeter. It is not given in your book to draw a circle, but suppose if I will give to draw a circle of 4 centimeter radius. So what you will do, you will keep the needle of the compass at the center any point on the page, and then you will keep the pencil one side, and then from that you first use the ruler and just measure 4 centimeter. By using the ruler you measure the 4 centimeter from one point, from any one point. Okay, you have measured 4 centimeter. From any one point you start drawing, you start rotating the compass, and then the circle of 4 centimeter is being drawn. It is written, fix the pencil in your compass, open the compass and adjust the arm so that the distance, whatever the distance is being given, you can measure it. You can keep the, see, this is the ruler. If this is a ruler, we will keep the compass like this, and we will measure the 4 centimeter with the help of the compass. And then after that, till wherever you have measured 4 centimeter, from there you have to just rotate the compass, and then the 4 centimeter circle will be drawn between the end. Okay, the needle and the pencil 4 centimeter. Fix the pointed end of the compass at point O. Mark it with point O, and on the sheet of paper, hold the compass from the hinge and move the pencil point around the pointed end. Okay, and then you have to move it, and then the 4 centimeter radius will be formed. And if 4 centimeter radius you are forming, it means the circle, the radius from there, if you are forming any other radius, it will be of 4 centimeter only. See, geometrical pattern. We see geometrical pattern in our daily lives. Example, on carpets, walls, floors. These all are made up of geometrical shapes. Some are squares, some are rectangular, some are trapezium, some are other say rhombus. So many shapes are there. They are fun. Some of the examples of geometrical shapes are, these were the examples which were given here that you be used in daily life. I have also shown you some examples of circle also, like bangles which your mother used to wear, or the coins which we used to use. Thank you everyone. I hope you all have enjoyed learning about the circle, and I hope you all will go through the video nicely. You will watch everything minutely, and accordingly you will draw the circle. Okay, it's very easy. You can draw it, and it will also help you to draw all the parts of the circle. Try to practice the circle as much as you can, because this can come in the examination, to draw a circle with radius this, or draw a circle with all its parts. Okay, that is all. Thank you everyone. If still facing problem, you can come with that in online classes. That's all. Thank you everyone.